I want to do just a few minutes unveiling and briefly teaching on the clear path to meaningful work. Now let's just describe meaningful work. What do I mean by that? Meaningful work, meaning that I care deeply about the work. I love the work, the task itself, the role. I love it. That's what meaningful work is. Part A. I got to love the work. I enjoy the work, regardless of the notoriety or compensation. I just love the work. So is it writing? Is it organizing? Is it leading? Is it designing? Is it creating? What is that work that you love? That's the first part. The second part is that work itself, as all work does, it produces a result. So when I'm toiling, I am also creating. And so you must also care deeply about the result of the work. So I love the work, and then the result of the work matters to me. I want to see more of that in this world. That's how I define meaningful work. It matters to me, and I see how it matters to others, and that really matters to me. So I love the work, and the result has personal value to it. That's how we define meaningful work. And you could essentially say, is that the dream job? Yes. I mean, the dream job comes with compensation and perks and all kinds of things, environment, everything else. But meaningful work is really the goal. And the dream job should be defined by meaningful work. So what's the path? Ken, how do I get there? I'll never forget the day I had been toying with this for a while, working on it, going, I want to be able to give the audience a very clear path. When you start a show like this, like we did in 2017, things evolve and develop as I'm on the phone now with thousands and thousands of you. And so I'm learning as you're learning, and I'm learning as I'm guiding you, and I'm learning as I'm teaching you. And so I've been walking through, okay, I know how to get there. I did it. I mean, this whole thing that I do comes from my journey. But I wanted to be able to say it in a way that was really simple and easy to understand and follow. And I couldn't get there. I wasn't there yet. I knew it was going to take a little bit of time. And so one day I'm on the beach, one of my favorite places in the world, 30A, and I sat down with a moleskin and a pencil, much like I have here on my desk. One of my favorite things to do is just a very simple lined notebook and a pencil. And I went to the beach early. It was probably about 7:45 a.m., had a cup of coffee. My kids and wife were still asleep back at the beach home. And I sat down, and the sea breeze, the cool morning breeze, it was just lovely. I sat under the umbrella, and I said to myself, all right, Ken, if you could gather every 17-year-old young man in the world and sit with them and knee to knee, almost talk to young Ken Coleman, and you were to talk to these young men and you were to say, here's the simple path on how you find and do meaningful work. How simple would you make it? What would you do? So I began to write, and this is what I wrote. Get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get your dream job. It was later that we came up with the seventh and final stage, which is really where we all want to be. When we're in that dream job, we don't just go ahead and check out and shut it down and go, hey, I got here. What's left? No, we actually expand the dream, expand the vision. And it's about legacy, leaving a legacy, which is about giving yourself away. You work strictly for the result. It's about creating more and more of those results that drove you to the top of the mountain. So the 7 stages, I gave them to you quickly. I'll give them to you again and what you're doing in these stages so that you understand what it looks like, where you are on the journey, and as those of you are calling in, hey, what stage are you in? What do we got to do to get you to the next stage? It's very much like a climb to the top of Mount Everest. Stage 1 is get clear. This is where, again, you are identifying what your actual sweet spot is, where you are supposed to contribute, your contribution zone. And it's where you can use what you do best, your talent, to do work you love, your passion, to produce results that matter deeply to you, mission. Talent, passion, mission. You use what you do best to do what you love to produce results that matter. When those three gifts that you have, your talent, passion, mission, come together and align, they point right to an area that I call the sweet spot, and it's where there are multiple jobs and career paths for you. So that's get clear. Now, once we're clear what we want to do, now we go, okay, what's the price of admission? How do I get the ticket to do that? That leads us to stage 2, get qualified. And again, here's what you're doing in stage 2, get qualified. You're simply learning and doing what you need to be able to get the opportunity to step in, step up. And so while you are learning and doing, you are also equally in stage 3. So you walk into stage 2, get qualified, and you can be in stage 3 at the same time, because while you're getting qualified, you should be and can be getting connected. And this is where I wrote the book, The Proximity Principle. It's a #1 bestseller. You can get it at my website right now. All 3 formats, one price, $25. Unbelievable. But connections, relationships are the currency of progress. So I wrote an entire book on the proximity principle, which says in order to do what you want to do, all you got to do is get around people that are doing it and in places where it is happening. So people plus places equals opportunity. And so you can be in stage 2 and 3, get qualified and get connected at the same time. Now, as we're getting qualified and we get qualified and we've been getting connected, now we're ready to step into stage 4, which is get started. That's entry level, or if it's a career switch, whatever. You're getting in. Now we're on the ladder. Think of this now as I've stepped on the ladder. And we're actually ready to start to climb. We got to crush that first rung. We got to do well there. Start the right way. And then that will lead us, now that we're in stage 4, which is so important. So many people just don't start. Once we've started, we're off and running. Now we're quickly moving into stage 5, which is get promoted. There are 3 things you must do. Know your role, accept your role, maximize your role. There are qualities that you can develop. Teach more on that later this week. This idea of getting promoted, there are things you can be and do in this stage. And as you get promoted, you'll keep getting promoted and keep getting promoted. So now think of that ladder analogy again, and we're climbing the rungs. And we get to the point where eventually we climb into the dream job, stage 6. When you're in that dream job, now it's about, okay, I've worked so hard to get here. I want to keep growing. I want to keep learning. And I'm going to expand the vision. And now I'm working like no one else. And I'm automatically in stage 7, which is giving yourself away. You show up to work. It's not about money or notoriety. That's all come with the deal. That's enough money and enough notoriety. It comes with the dream job. Trust me. It's enough. And you realize it's not about notoriety or money or power or fame. You go, oh man, I dig this. I dig these results. This is life-giving. And then you realize, hey, I want to expand this. I want to grow my imprint. I want to expand the vision to be able to maximize my contribution. And that's why you're in stage 7, give yourself away. So get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted. Get the dream job, give yourself away. What stage are you on? Each stage is important. You can't skip one. You're going to have to walk through them. But it is doable, and it is worth it.